round 40 of the Championship ended up being a little bit of a shocker from me. We did end up with a score, which was Ipswich beating Southampton 3-2, so maybe quite a hard score to get out of those results, but it was a score and 2 results, so 9 results wrong. I do think there were some strange ones in there, but all in all, it was a pretty poor attempt, so hoping we can get something a bit better this time around. And it's round 41, there are not many games left, so the table is really starting to take shape. I'm recording this on Friday, and Plymouth v Rotherham is tonight, and if Rotherham fail to win, they will officially be relegated. I mean, to be fair, all that needs to happen is Plymouth to pick up a point from now to the end of the season, or Huddersfield or Sheffield Wednesday to pick up 2. So you'd think Rotherham are gone, but they can stay in the division for another day, really, if they win. It's going to be tough this week because there's a lot of tough fixtures, but hopefully we can get some scores correct. And starting off with Rotherham against Plymouth, probably the 2 worst form sides in the division. However, Rotherham picked up a shocking win, a 2-1 against Millwall. Didn't see that one coming at all. I thought Millwall only really needing 1 win to secure their safety. I thought they'd do it, but big slip up from Millwall, and it potentially drops them into the relegation battle. But Rotherham, they live another day. I think tonight might be where they're confirmed, but definitely, if not tonight, I think it'll be tomorrow. Now, Plymouth not been in good form to the point where they've sacked their manager with not long left to go in the season. How's that going to work out for them? I'm not sure. They haven't brought anyone in. They're sticking with the backroom staff. To be honest, under Foster, I did kind of fancy Rotherham to get something out of this, whether it be a win or a draw. I think the backroom staff have had a whole week kind of to get stuff ready, so how's that going to go for them? I'm not sure. I'm going to go a 1-1 draw. The East Anglia derby next. Last time Norwich faced Ipswich, it ended 2-2. This time, well, Norwich are in great form, 7 home wins on the bounce. Ipswich have won 9 of their last 10 games, so both in great form. I'm going to put it quite simply and go with what it was last time. I'll go for a 2-2 draw. Blackburn face Southampton now. John Eustace has finally done it at the 10th time of asking in the league with Blackburn. He's got his first win. And it wasn't just a win, it was a demolition away at Sunderland, 5-1. Brilliant performance from Blackburn. Puts them into a nice spot in the table now, 45 points. And you'd think another win from the final 6 games, 48, probably enough. But I think Blackburn now will be okay. This is a tough game. Southampton, did their automatic promotion hopes die when they lost to Ipswich? I think they probably did, because Ipswich and Leeds are in brilliant form. Leicester obviously have the point advantage on Southampton as well, and can easily recover their form. So I think Southampton will have to settle for the playoffs. It's going to be a tough game, this. And for that reason, I'm actually going to go for another draw, 1-1. Cardiff against Hull. Now Cardiff, 8 points off the playoffs. They've won 5 of their last 7. But they've got poor goal difference, so realistically I don't think they will get playoffs. But that kind of is the same for Hull. 6 points off the playoffs. Yes, they have a game in hand, but their form, their last 6 games, 4 draws and 2 losses. So I'm actually going to back the home side Cardiff to win 2-1. Coventry face Leeds next. Coventry have won 3 of their last 4. They did lose on Monday 2-1 to Cardiff, thanks to Kitching scoring 2 own goals. Very, very strange scenario, but Coventry, I think they are still in with a good shout of getting playoffs. Obviously, if Norwich go and win all their games, then it can't happen. But Coventry, they've got a chance, but they've got some tough fixtures. This being one of them. Leeds are now 15 league games unbeaten. They beat Hull 3-1 in the last one, and I know Leeds are better at home than they are away, but they're great at both. I think this could be tight, but I've just got to edge it for Leeds 3-2. Huddersfield v Millwall, a big relegation clash. If Huddersfield can win this, they will only be 1 point behind Millwall, and it will make that relegation battle even tighter. Millwall, they missed an opportunity. They lost 2-1 to Rotherham. That win, if it was a win, would have probably put them a point or two off safety, but now they've done it the hard way. Can they go and beat Huddersfield? They really could do with it. They can't afford to lose it. Huddersfield haven't won in 6 with 3 wins and 3 draws and 3 losses, and Millwall 3 games without a win, 1 draw and 2 losses. It'll be tight, and I think it could be a 1-1 draw. Leicester face Blues next. Leicester, they've been on a poor run of form recently. In their last 7 league games, it's been 2 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses, which gives me a little bit of optimism. However, Blues are very poor away. In the last 7 games before the one on Monday, it was 1 draw, 6 losses. So that win against Preston was massive, really helped us in our battle. I really want to be optimistic and say we'll get something, but it's just so tough. We've played well against Leicester in both games this season, one in the Cup and one in the League, but we couldn't get positive results in either of those, losing both, and I've got a feeling we'll lose this one, unfortunately, but you never know. With Gary Rowett being there, with us getting a clean sheet on Monday, maybe we'll be a lot more defensively sound, could nick a goal or keep a clean sheet. I just doubt it. So I'm going to go Leicester to win 2-1. Middlesbrough, their last 6, 4 wins and 2 draws. So they're in very good form and they're only 6 points off the playoffs. I know I kind of ruled out Hull, but they're in poor form in their last 6, whereas Middlesbrough are on the rise. Swansea, their opponents, are a little bit hit and miss at the moment, but it's okay because they're safe. So realistically, Swansea are on the beach now. I know that they could still fight for playoffs, but they're so far off, it's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go Middlesbrough to win 2-0. QPR face Sheffield Wednesday next. A win for QPR and you think they'd be safe. A win for Sheffield Wednesday and they've got a very good chance of being out of the relegation zone. So this is a massive game. QPR, in their last 8 games, it's 5 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. So they are in brilliant form, and that has seen them pretty much take themselves to safety, but another win will do it. Sheffield Wednesday, their last 4, no wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. I've got a feeling QPR will edge them out here, 2-1. Stoke v West Brom next. Stoke, they're better than they were, but they are still a bit hit and miss. 3 wins in their last 6 with a draw and 2 losses. They drew with Huddersfield at the weekend, probably a game that I've hoped to win. West Brom, although they are on a good unbeaten run, it's their away form that's let them down this season. Not too many wins away from home, and that's the reason I will go for a 1-1 draw. Sunderland against Bristol City now. This game kind of doesn't mean much. Both these sides safe and not going to get playoffs, so interesting to see how they line up. Sunderland, after those 7 games without a win, finally got a win on Easter Friday, only to be demolished by Blackburn on Easter Monday, 5-1. Bristol City, good recently at keeping clean sheets. In their last 4 games, they've had 3 1-0 wins and then a loss to West Brom. So they're good at keeping the ball out of the net. I've got a feeling they will do it here again. I'm going to go 1-0. Watford against Preston is our last game. This one's interesting. Watford have been in good form recently. 3 games unbeaten since Tom Cleverley took over as manager. Beating Blues and then drawing with Leeds and West Brom. So some tough fixtures and they're not losing. Preston, decent form as of late, but they did lose on Monday 1-0 against Blues. They are only 5 points off the playoffs, but they've got negative goal difference at this point, even though they're that close. So it's going to be tough for them. But again, like Coventry, they are in with a good shout. They've got a game in hand, but they could really do with a win here. And I'm actually going to go for the opposite. Watford to win 2-1. So those are my predictions for these Championship games. Let me know your predictions down in the comments. There's some big games here and we're getting so close to the end of the season. I'm hoping Blues can get something against Leicester, but I just don't see it. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Like and subscribe, and up the Blues.